Been calling today an impact day for a lot of reasons, and namely what you see tonight. We've got these scattered heavy thunderstorms that are coming through. Tomorrow we've got locally heavy thunderstorms in the forecast again. I don't think we see a lot of severe weather on Thursday, and then Friday, this is the day that I think we may have the biggest issues. Morning severe storms, and the potential is there for wind gusts that could go higher than 40 miles per hour. We've got our tornado watch in northwest Alabama. Tornadoes are possible tonight, but when you get south of Birmingham, Shelby County, Talladega County, Clay County, even most of Calhoun County, most of Tuscaloosa County, and south of there toward Demopolis and Greensboro, there's not much risk of severe weather tonight. This is primarily north of Birmingham, and really we can almost draw a line from Hamilton to Double Springs to Cullman to about Snead, and north of there, that's where most of the thunderstorms are going to be happening tonight. So here's WVTM 13 Live Doppler again. There's our line of heavy thunderstorms that are no longer severe by definition. I don't see a lot of potential here for any continuation of a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning in northwest Alabama, but we're going to keep an eye on it. Certainly not going anywhere. We're going to make sure that we watch these closely. We've got this new cluster of storms southwest of Hamilton that's approaching Highway 17. The new uptick in lightning there is a little bit concerning. That means that storm is starting to get stronger, but I don't see anything that looks tornadic with it right now. In fact, the wind in the lowest scans here from the Columbus, Mississippi radar actually looks fairly benign. West of there are more thunderstorms that are developing, and because of that, not only do we have the tornado watch that's in effect, but there's also a flood watch in effect tonight through early tomorrow morning, and that also goes through Friday. Look at the amount of lightning here with these storms that are over Arkansas, North Mississippi, and northwest Alabama. We still have this intense thunderstorm up in Madison County that's tracking toward the northeast, and as it does that, the risk to cities like Huntsville and Decatur temporarily comes to an end, but with all this storminess to the west, it's this southern fringe that we're likely to see additional severe weather advisories come out for, whether they be severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings. So here's what the futurecast looks like going through 2 o'clock in the morning. This batch of storms will start to move southeast into Cullman, Winston, and Marion counties. That would be right about 2 a.m. And then as they keep moving south, I think they're going to lose a lot of steam going into tomorrow morning. So some locally heavy downpours possible for the morning rush around Jefferson and Shelby counties. 8 o'clock in the morning, we still may, excuse me, we still may have an active storm or two coming out of Mississippi into northwest Alabama early in the morning, but most of this is just going to be rain, some lightning, some thunder. So overnight into tomorrow morning, Birmingham stays in the 60s and 70s. Where we're getting these heavier storms, I think it's likely that we're going to stay more in the 60s. Occasional showers and thunderstorms are still possible even through tomorrow afternoon. Then we deal with Friday. The risk is there for a few scattered heavy thunderstorms during the early morning hours as a line comes through ahead of a cold front. I think our biggest threat Friday is going to come from the wind. Isolated areas of severe weather are certainly possible with a line like this, but the biggest issue certainly does look like it could be from damaging wind that is not necessarily related to thunderstorms. So the timeline early Friday would be about 4 to 8 a.m. For northwest Alabama, 7 to 10 a.m. for the Birmingham metro area, and then as early as 9 to as late as noon east of Anniston and Gadsden down towards Sylacauga. 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, an impact day. We've got quite a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, plus the fact that we will have a tornado watch that goes beyond midnight to 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. On Friday, we get the storms in the morning, but we also have the threat of very high wind gusts. Look at some of these potential gusts: 62, 56, 55, 53, 60, 52. Tornadoes are possible. Strong gusts within the thunderstorms are also possible, but it's going to be windy all day long. That is going to be a very disruptive day coming up on Friday. And then we look towards Saturday and Sunday. We're in the 60s Saturday, 70s on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, we have another chance of some scattered showers.